What's happening, YouTubers? Pack Photos Production here. I'm coming to you the last day of 2019 with one of my favorite things. It's my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2019. Now, the way I broke this down is I've got 5 MCU Marvel Legends and 5 comic book based Marvel Legends. But before I kick off the countdown, the reason why I have Dr. Doom here is because there's some controversy whether or not he's a 2019 or 2020 release. Me personally, I think he's 2019 since that's when I got him. But, spoiler alert, if he's 2020, then that's going to be my number one for next year, unless they come out with like a Kang figure or even better Hulk. Without further ado, though, let's get started with the top 10 Marvel Legends of 2019, my personal picks. And kicking us off at number 10, we have Beta Ray Bill. This one I was stoked for when I first found out they were coming out with a new one, newer than the Toy Biz one. The body in the suit is a little bit different from the Toy Biz mold. I think it's kind of like a contemporary modern Beta Ray Bill. But I was so excited for this figure mainly because I just got my Planet Hulk Diamond Select from Disney earlier this year when they had a huge sale. And I remember first seeing Beta Ray Bill's character in Planet Hulk, the movie. So I'm really stoked for that figure. And coming in at number 9, we have the Scale Suit Cap from Endgame. This was a Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends. He's on this list for one of the main reasons that we finally get to see a scale suit of Captain America on the big screen. And the Marvel Legends does do it justice. The detailing and sculpt on this thing is incredible. He also comes with Mjolnir, which I thought was pretty awesome. Now, the shield you see here, though, is kind of a custom one that I did. But overall, a solid figure and one of the best Captain America figures we have to date. And coming in at number 8, we have Corvus Glaive. Much like Cap, the reason why Corvus Glaive is on this list, and I just picked this up recently, is because of the detailing of this figure. You can find new portions of this figure and be like, wow, look at the detail, but look at the detailing and look at the sculpt. And also, he's so movie accurate compared to what we got last year with Infinity War Proxima Midnight. Now, given it's because some of the stuff that Hasbro does is based off concept art, but since they had over a year of production for this, they took their time. I think they did a great job with this figure. I mean, man, look at the detailing in his face. This figure is at number 8 for that reason, mainly because of the detail and sculpt. And he's pretty awesome. And coming in at number 7, we have Hercules. To me, I feel like this is one of the more underrated Marvel Legends of 2019. This thing is incredible. It's so comic accurate. It was such a much needed upgrade from the Toy Biz one. Now, I know some Toy Biz enthusiasts out there will always say the Toy Biz ones are better. Sure, Toy Biz had way better articulations or more options for articulations, but I think Hasbro has really stepped up their game in the past few years, and this looks so awesome, so I'm glad to have this on the top 10 list. And coming in at number 6, we have Eric Killmonger. Now, one of the reasons why this is so high on my list, and I haven't seen it in anybody's personally, but this suit is so awesome. I know it was inspired by the Dragon Ball Z character Vegeta, and the detailing they put in his suit is so incredible. I think Hasbro did such a good job, even with the likeness on Michael B. Jordan's face on here. Like, if we take a closer look at this figure, you can see he looks exactly like Michael B. Jordan. And he also comes with that accessory piece with the Wakandan mask that he stole at the museum. I don't have that here in this video right now, but this figure is amazing, and I'm glad to have him on my list. And cracking into the top 5 here, we have Ebony Maw, a.k.a. the Maw. I was so happy that we finally got an Ebony Maw Marvel Legends. He was one of my favorite characters of the Black Order in Infinity War and in Endgame. So to see him come to life in a Marvel Legends figure is awesome. Much like Corvus Glaive, they did a good job with the detailing and sculpt of this Ebony Maw figure. My only complaint is I wish they had a little bit more hair. They kind of did my man dirty by making him look super bald, but not giving much hair at the top. Overall, this figure is amazing. The articulation is amazing. He scales well with the Infinity War Thanos. And coming in at number 4, we have Mr. Sinister himself. Much like the Hercules figure, this was a much-needed upgrade from the Toy Biz line. We had been waiting a while for a Mr. Sinister figure, and I think, honestly, Hasbro has been killing it with the X-Men figure lines the last couple years. Last year getting Apocalypse, this year getting Mr. Sinister. He looks like he's straight from the Jim Lee comics and the X-Men animated series. Even the cape and the sculpt, and if you look at that face, that's just Mr. Sinister straight from the comics right there. I think Hasbro did a great job, and for that reason, that's one of the reasons why he's on my top 5 list. Now, coming into the top 3, we have Heimdall. This is inspired or based off of, I would say, the Thor Ragnarok and the beginning of Infinity War. I know that's what the box says because this is from the Bro Thor Build-A-Figure wave. I know a lot of people out there would have much rather preferred an armored Heimdall. I would too, but this figure is amazing in a lot of ways. If you can see the likeness of Idris Elba, Hasbro did a great job with this figure. Even looking right here, like the sword that he uses, and there's minor details that they paid attention to. Like, check out, that's the cut that Thanos stabbed him with Corvus Glaive's sword. So I think Hasbro did a great job with this figure, just detailing overall. And the likeness to Idris Elba is amazing. Not bad for a $20 figure. I think Hasbro did a great job. And that's one of the reasons why it's in my top 3. 1, because I've been waiting for a Heimdall figure. And 2, it's just the likeness is incredible. And coming in at number 2, we have Beast from the Caliban Build-A-Figure wave. Now, I've said it before, just like Mr. Sinister and Hercules, this was a much-needed upgrade from Toy Biz's version. No disrespect to anyone that likes that Toy Biz version. I didn't like that at all. This Beast is amazing. He looks like he's pulled straight from the Jim Lee comics and the X-Men animated series. Growing up, Beast was one of my favorite characters on X-Men just because he had the sheer, like, and especially in the comic books and the TV show, he had like the bulk size of the Hulk, and that's what attracted me to his character. And also the detailing sculpt they put on here was incredible. My only gripe is I wish they would have given us a different head sculpt or an additional one. But the articulation on this is amazing. A much upgraded one from the Toy Biz. And coming in at number 1, drum roll please, we have, ta-da, the Incredible Hulk from the 80th anniversary line with the first appearance Wolverine. Would you guys be surprised? You all know I'm a huge Hulk fanatic. So to finally see an upgraded Hulk comic version in the Hasbro line is awesome. Because the last Hulk we got, I think, was in that 3-pack. That's supposed to be comic inspired, but it was using the Age of Ultron body mold. This one is an entirely new mold. It comes with this ripped off shirt accessory, which is cool and all. But man, this thing it screams Hulk when you look at this figure. Just the sheer size of it. And I'm glad we got this as a 2-pack instead of having to do a Build-A-Figure wave. It's a totally different new mold, and I'm glad that they did this. Speaking of that, though, I also picked up a couple months ago, shout out to Rogue Toys, the Gray Hulk. So there's a number of things they can do with this body mold. We have a Gray Hulk, we have a Green Hulk, and I know there's the SDC one that came out a couple months ago. I can't wait for Hasbro. I know eventually they're going to do a Red Hulk. It's only a matter of time. Hopefully also do a Mr. Fix-It and potentially even a new Spider Hulk with this body mold. But for that reason, you know, being a huge Hulk fanatic, a new body mold, new sculpt, that's why he's number 1 on my list. Or I should say these two are number 1 at my list. And that about wraps up my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2019 YouTubers. I think Hasbro did I think this year is probably even better than it was last year just because of the amount of figures we got and MCU characters as well. But like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Hasbro's official release date for this Doctor Doom figure is 2020. I got in 2019. I would put him on number 1 list if it counted for that, but whatever. He's definitely going to be number 1 next year unless they release like a Kang version or something like that, or an updated Kang, I should say. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my top 10 list. What's your top 10 list? Which was your favorite figure this year, your favorite MCU figure? And I'm looking forward to see what Hasbro has in store for us next year. Until then, peace.